Good morning and welcome. Please remain standing. The Institute of American Indian Arts respectfully acknowledges that it is located on traditional Pueblo lands. We honor and thank them for their graciousness as stewards of the land. To get us started in a good way this morning, I'd like to introduce the 2024-2025 IAIA ASG President, Ms. Brianna Braveheart, Oglala Lakota Sioux and Northern Cheyenne. Brianna will provide our invocation prayer, followed by a moment of silence in memory of those from our community who have passed this year. Please remain standing for the invocation prayer.
Way oh hey hey oh hey oh hey day. Way hi ya hey day. Way ya hey oh hey day. Way hi ya hey day. Way hey ya hey day. Way hey ya ho. Hi, I hate oh ya day, wa maya kapo, chante iza wana auelo. Hi, I hate oh ya day ki Jimaya cha behemichi elo hai ya hedo way hey hey ya hey hey way hi ya hey way ya hey Jimaya cha blehemichi elo hai ahedo. I would like to offer a moment of silence for those in the community who have passed. Thank you.
Thank you, Brianna, for the invocation and for that remembrance of those who we've lost. We ask that you all please remain standing for the flag song. Thank you to the Thunder Boys Drum Group for that powerful flag song. Please everyone be seated. Every year, the students of IAIA vote for a faculty and staff of the year, choosing individuals who have made a difference in their lives and bettered our community. These esteemed members of the IAIA family are provided honorary roles in our annual commencement. I'm happy to announce that our 2025-2026 Faculty of the Year is Dr. Alexis Ellsworth Kapkowski, and Staff of the Year is Mr. Steve Swimmer. Alexis and Steve are serving as our commencement marshals this year. Alexis and Steve, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Dr. Alexis Ellsworth Kapkowski has over 10 years of teaching experience. She has a background in public health, applied Indigenous health studies, library science, and American Indian Studies. She completed her PhD in American Indian Studies from the University of Arizona this August 2024. She's honored and humbled to have been invited and welcomed into Native space and the Native education. She is committed to serving students and making the learning process fun. She is eternally grateful and thankful to all of the wonderful students who have enriched her life. Mr. Steve Swimmer, Eastern Cherokee Chippewa Cree, has been with IAIA for over 3 years as the Student Activities Director. He is delighted to have this awesome opportunity to impact students in a positive manner by planning, organizing, and managing recreational programs, workshops, coaching, and organizing the sub, off-campus, and fitness center area and gym. It's a lot. Steve uses a student worker model for all program implementations and is also instructor for classes in fitness, sports, and leadership. Steve is a proud father of 2 sons, Kyle and Aaron Swimmer. He is a Haskell alumni, and he is a proud combat veteran of the United States Marine Corps. Steve believes in holistic coaching and cyclic training philosophy centered on just have fun themes that are incorporated into all aspects of his approach to programming. Steve's philosophy of teaching, mentoring, and learning centers on lessons learned from his life's pathway. Steve lives by the core values of his grandmother, the late Dr. Amanda Swimmer, instilled in the family, including let your actions speak for you, never give up, and be the best you can be. These core values have led Steve to publish 2 books, Change of Seasons and Taking Steps, and have driven him to near completion of his doctoral degree in sports leadership and management from the United States Sports University. Steve is honored to be part of the IAIA staff and instructional faculty and to be a part of supporting student success. He congratulates the 2025 IAIA graduates and wishes them only goodness as they continue on life's journey. And now, please allow me to reintroduce our 2024-2025 Faculty and Staff of the Year, Professor Angelica Gallegos and Mrs. Delight Talwipi, who are serving as our 2025 Commencement co-MCs. Professor Angelica Gallegos, Chicana, graduated from IAIA in 2015 with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Museum Studies. She has continued her lifelong learning and graduate studies focusing on history and Chicano studies. She has served in various roles at IAIA, including as adjunct faculty, artist-in-residence program manager, visiting faculty, and is now a full-time museum studies faculty and Balzer Contemporary Edge Gallery director. She is honored to be co-MC for this year's IAIA commencement and would like to recognize her Corazon Marble. Mrs. Delight Talwipi Hopi has been with IAIA for over 10 years, including 9 years as the assistant to the academic dean and as our first academic administration manager. Delight is an IAIA alumni, receiving her certificate in business entrepreneurship in spring 2023, and is a current IAIA Indigenous Liberal Studies Associate's Degree student. She engages in a variety of volunteer activities, including the IAIA Mentorship Program, and serves on the Santa Fe Indian School Parent Advisory Committee. Delight wants to share that she is humbly grateful to be co-MC for this year's commencement ceremony and would like to acknowledge all of the IAIA staff, faculty, and administration for their tireless dedication to our students in their growth. She also wishes to acknowledge her family who have supported her in her personal and professional growth at IAIA. Asquali. Please help me in welcoming our commencement co-MCs to the podium.
Good morning and welcome to the 2025 IAIA Commencement Ceremony.
Nakwang Dalawa. Good morning. We would now like to introduce IAIA's President, Dr. Robert Martin. Dr. Martin is an enrolled member of the Cherokee Nation. He's received his doctorate from the University of Kansas. Prior to coming to IAIA in 2007, Dr. Martin was the associate head for the American Indian Studies program at the University of Arizona and has served as the president of 3 other tribal colleges. Please join me in welcoming our president, Dr. Martin.
It's a pleasure for me to welcome you to the 2025 commencement ceremonies. OCO, good morning, and it's a beautiful day for a number of reasons, the weather, but what's happening in this facility with seeing our beautiful graduates. You can all smile now. I know that you were practicing yesterday when I was in here, and you're doing a good job with it. Well, some of you are, but we'll have to work on that. But once you turn that tassel, I know you'll be smiling. But I want to welcome our graduates, of course, of 2025, and this is their ceremony, their gathering, their celebration, and their honor. And we also want to welcome their family and friends that are with us, the Board of Trustees, alumni, tribal leaders, elders, supporters, and of course the Honorable Deb Haaland that's with us as our keynote speaker and platform guest to the Institute of American Indian Arts ceremony. Thank you for being with us. Graduates, as I said, we're here to celebrate your accomplishments and to celebrate in your honor. And this is a milestone achievement. Our mission is to empower creativity and leadership in indigenous arts and cultures, and you manifest that mission. It's fulfilled when we see you here in this ceremony and sitting in those seats about ready to receive your diplomas. So congratulations. I know that many of you sacrificed to be here. You could have been away from your family or whatever, or working and then going to school as well. And so we know that you've sacrificed, but you've persisted and you're realizing your success today. So I congratulate you for that. And I have admired your commitment and your passion and how you stayed in those studios and in your room writing or whatever you were doing to make sure you made it through finals and all of the work. But you've done it and you can celebrate today. And not only are we celebrating your achievements, but also the rich cultural legacy and creativity that defines our communities. Your creative expression, whether it be in the studio or in writing and scholarship or film, the arts, all of the fine arts, your work reflects your cultural identity, your history and traditions. And your success exemplifies the spirit of resilience and creativity in our ancestors, and of course the power, the transformative power of education. And what we've witnessed for the last 4 or 5 years for some of you, we've seen you develop your creative voice through your arts practice. And we know that you represent the future for all of us and the hope for the future. There's many challenges in our society and in our communities, but we know that you're prepared to help improve what those communities are and to help heal those communities and to work with those communities to make progress. I know that many of you, when we ask a lot of the graduates what they're going to do with their education and or why they're here, many of them will say, I came to college, received this training, I was here a number of years away from my community, but my goal is to return to my community and be of service. And I was talking to Kayla the other day in a cafe, and I asked her what she was going to do in the future. And of course she says, well, my first priority is to return to my community and thank everybody that's supported my educational journey. And I think many of you have made statements about how important your communities are and your families. And of course, you're part of our community here now for forever as an alum once you graduate. So we look forward to being with you. But I want to share this story. I was fortunate enough to be at Jordan's ceremony yesterday when the war bonnet was transferred to him. And a lot of people ask me, how did you learn about Institute of American Indian Arts, or why are you at IAIA, and was it our recruitment materials, or a lot of times it's a relative or a friend that's been here and became a part of our community. But for Jordan, I met him when he was 9 years old, and he came to my office with his dad, Joseph, and I asked him where he wanted to go to school, and he said, I want to go to the Institute of American Indian Arts. And then some years later, here he is, graduating. So it was a great story. But I think that's true of the commitment of a lot of our graduates, all of you. You have stories to tell and share and how you arrived here. But I know Jordan did ask me, he said, will you stay here or not retire until I graduate? So I made it. Yeah. Of course, you know that this institution is a very important part of your ancestors' legacy. And we all know that our ancestors sacrificed. They gave up millions of acres of land in the treaties, and in return, they were guaranteed certain rights and protections and programs, and one of those was educational programs. So the Institute of American Indian Arts exists because of your ancestors, and today you honor them with your graduation, so thank you very much. Now, it's my pleasure to first of all, we need to thank a few people. And, if you're a member of the family of one of our graduates, could you please stand? We really appreciate you being here and supporting your family member that came to school at the Institute of American Indian Arts. Family members, could you please stand? And thank you very much for your support, guidance, and belief in our students. Thank you. And of course, we have our staff here as well, and they've supported you, provided support services. So could the staff here at IAIA please rise? Thank you very much for supporting our students. Thank you. The faculty, this is your mentors, your friends, the people that have really worked closely with you and conveyed their knowledge to you and skills. And let's have the faculty rise. Thank you so much for all of your support of our students. Isn't that a nice looking group? Thank you, faculty. And all of you that stood, that's, been the foundation of their success. I know in my own career and when I was in school, the support of the family has made so much difference for me and gave me the courage and the strength a lot of times to go forward and keep on task. But also, when we ask students who's been influential, they always mention other students that are here at the Institute of American Indian Arts. We have over 100, a lot of times average of 100 tribes represented, and I think what I often hear is other students and what they've learned. We have an enriched environment because of the diversity that we have of tribes and nations, and so could your friends stand up? Other students, please. You know you've been a mentor, stand up. And it's usually other in your cohort too. Remember, that's an important part of your success, other students. But now it's my pleasure to share the 2025 graduating class profile. 87 students are graduating today, 62 undergraduates, 25 Master of Fine Arts, and you range in age from 21 to 77. Yeah, your parents, grandparents, future leaders in our communities and business and industries. Your average age is 33. You represent 67 Indian nations, and hopefully your flag is on display here. And aren't they beautiful, those tribal nation flags? You come from 24 states. The top states are New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, Oklahoma, South Dakota, and Washington. 85% of you are indigenous, and 15% represent a rich diversity of other cultures, all from within the United States and Canada. Today as a group, you're being awarded 6 certificates in museum studies, business and entrepreneurship, broadcast journalism, and native art history, 6 associate degrees, 50 bachelor's degrees, 30 graduate MFAs, 15 in creative writing, 5 in studio arts, MFA in studio arts, and then 5 in cultural administration. And I think one of our board of trustees is graduating today with MFA in Carl. He was on the hiring committee when I was hired 18 years ago, and he grilled me a lot of tough questions, yeah. And I think he's going to do it again, yeah. And we have 1 double emphasis in cultural administration and arts administration. That's great. Graduates, you join the ranks of our esteemed alums, and we have many in the audience today. Could you please rise and be recognized, the alumni of the Institute of American Indian Arts. Thank you very much for being with us. And all right, thank you. The Alumni Council and our alumni manager and from Advancement have some gifts for you today that they'll be sharing, and they promised me they weren't going to ask you for any money today, but maybe tomorrow. Your support. You've got to pay it forward, pay it back. All right. But again, graduates, thank you for sharing your culture, your heritage, your traditions, and your talents with us. As you move forward, I encourage you to continue nurturing your artistic talents and to honor your heritage and to use your gifts to inspire others and foster greater understanding. We certainly need that today. Again, congratulations, class of 25. May your creativity bring light, encouragement, and connection to your communities. Wado, thank you. I'm going to stay here for a minute because I have the pleasure, distinct pleasure, of introducing the chair of our Board of Trustees. It's Beverly Morris. She's Unangax from Alaska native, and she's president, our chair of the Board of Trustees, and she's a former member of the IAIA Foundation. She's a major donor and an alum. She is a film producer, director, and artist, and she's been associated with the Institute of American Indian Arts since 1988 as a student, staff member, producer, and director. And she was the director of the Disney Summer and TV Workshops. In fact, that's where I first met her 18 years ago during the summer, and she introduced me to Alan Alda and some of the other students, indigenous students that were in that workshop and gone on to major success. Beverly received her Bachelor of Fine Arts from Stephen F. Austin State. Please welcome Beverly Morris.
Good morning. I'm getting emotional. I was hoping I wouldn't. I'm Beverly Morris. I'm a member of the Kyalangan tribe of Unalaska, Alaska. I'd like to congratulate the students in the class of 2025. The board, we are honored and delighted to share this day with you. So congratulations. And thank you to your family and friends for sharing this day with you. I'd like to introduce our board of directors, our board of trustees. There are 16, oh my goodness, there are 13 of us. We are appointed by the President of the United States. I would like for each of you to stand when I call your name, please. Loren Kieve. Loren was appointed by President Bill Clinton 31 years ago. Loren has served on the Board of Trustees for those 31 years. He has also served as the board chair for 20 years. He's a graduate of Stanford University and holds honors degrees from Oxford University and New Mexico School of Law. He practices law in San Francisco. Loren and Ann, his wife, are great supporters of the Institute of American Indian Arts, as well as Indigenous Arts and Education. Joanne Balzer. Joanne was appointed by Barack Obama in 2010. She and her husband, Bob, are great donors and collectors of Indigenous arts. She serves in many roles in the art scene here in Santa Fe. In 2015, she received the Santa Fe Mayor's Award of Excellence in the Arts. Joanne has deep respect for our mission here at IAIA and to empower creativity, leadership, and Indigenous arts. Thank you, Joanne. Andrea Burgess is a member of the Yupik Nation. Andrea was appointed by President Barack Obama in 2017. She is the Global Director of Conservation in Partnership with Indigenous Peoples and Local Communities program at the Nature Conservancy. She lives in Hawaii with her family. Thank you. Carl Duncan, Mandan, Hidatsu, and San Carlos Apache. Carl was appointed by President Joe Biden in 2023. He is the executive director of the Poe Center at Pewaukee, Pueblo, just north of Santa Fe. Carl received his BFA from IAIA, and today he will walk across the stage and receive his MFA in Cultural Administration. Thank you. Lily Hope. Lily was born and raised in Juneau. She's a member of the Tlingit Nation. She's a traditional Chilkat weaver, and she creates contemporary textile and paper collage weavings. Lily is the owner of the Hope Weaving Studio in downtown Juneau. Her work is shown in museums across the nation. I have to change pages. She's the professor of She's the professor of Northwest Coast Regalia Arts at University of Alaska Southeast. Lily was the first person to receive the Business and Entrepreneurship certificate from IAIA. Thank you. Dr. Matthew Snip, Oklahoma Cherokee, Chickasaw. Dr. Snip was appointed to the board by Barack Obama in 2017. He is the Burnett C. and Mildred Finley Wolford Professor of Humanities and Sciences at Stanford University. He earned his master's and PhD from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Thank you. I'd also like to introduce Mr. John Marr. Mr. John Marr is with the he's the Vice President of the Higher Learning Commission. He has been with us for several days observing our board process, and he's offered some good insight and had some very positive comments, so thank you, John. I'd also like to introduce some very distinguished dignitaries. Michael Pettit. Michael Pettit is the board chair of the IAIA Foundation. Deborah Bracey and her husband Tom Johnson. Marshall and Lee Hunt, generous donors. Lorraine Lewis. Leanne Knight. Eddie Shorty. Paul Holton. Monty Yellowbird. Nick and Kathy Carlozzi. David Young. I'd also like to recognize Lucy Tapahanzo. Zolt and Robin Harway. Last but not least, the Honorable former Senator Tom Udall, who is currently the Ambassador of New Zealand. I'd like to apologize for Rose Simpson for neglecting you and my Rose Simpson. Rose Simpson was appointed in 2023 by Joe Biden. She has a BFA from IAIA, an MFA from the Rhode Island School of Design, and an MFA from IAIA in creative writing. Rose's work is in galleries and museums from New York City to Los Angeles and across the nation, the globe, I meant to say. She was recently noted as one of the top 10 artists in the United States to watch out for. Thank you.
Thank you, Bev, for those introductions. And now it's my distinct pleasure to introduce one of our honorary doctorate recipients, and she's also our keynote speaker. This year, of course, that's the Honorable Deb Haaland. And Deb is known as a fierce leader. In fact, I saw Mrs. Crazy Bull, the mother of one of our students, wearing a fierce leader t-shirt, and she was showing it off to Deb as we were in the procession there. But she is known as a fierce leader, repeatedly breaking down barriers for the future generations. A 35th generation New Mexican who organized for President Obama and led the New Mexico State Democratic Party. She made an unprecedented run and win as one of the first Native American women to serve in the U.S. House of Representatives. Yes. And then she made history when she was appointed to serve as Secretary of the Interior, the first Native American woman. During her time as Secretary of the Interior, the Honorable Deb Haaland created a new unit within the Bureau of Indian Affairs to handle the crisis of missing and murdered Native Americans. She also created the Federal Indian Boarding School Initiative to investigate the abuse of Native Americans in the residential boarding school system. And it was during her tenure that President Biden publicly apologized for the boarding school system and the damage that it did to our children and students. In Congress, Deb prioritized issues important to New Mexicans, including creating local clean energy jobs, securing billions for small businesses and restaurants during the pandemic, expanding access to broadband, and protecting thousands of acres of New Mexico land. She was known for working across the aisle to deliver for New Mexico, securing more bipartisan co-sponsors for her legislation than all other House in their first-year term in 2019. She introduced 7 bills signed into law by President Donald Trump, among the most of any member of the House in that Congress. In all her roles, her prolific leadership led to accomplishments that makes the lives of working families better. She brings her personal experience as a military kid, a single mom, and a Pueblo woman to stand up for working families, Native and other underserved communities, and to address the climate crisis. Now she is running to be the next governor of New Mexico. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Deb Haaland.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Dr. Martin. Such a kind introduction. Guatsi Halpa. Good morning, everyone. Duhenamet Zatuitza Shuimihanu. My Karis name means crushed turquoise. And I'm honored to be here, and I am so honored to receive this honorary doctorate. So while I have the mic, I want to say that. I want to thank the Board of Trustees for acknowledging me, for your trust, and it's a tremendous, this is such a wonderful morning, and I'm really happy to be here with all of you. What a joy it is to be here with all of you, graduates, families, faculty, staff, and friends. Thank you for letting me share this moment with you on this ancestral ground. These lands that have supported your journey and the journeys of our ancestors, and so today, of course, we honor that. And we honor the 100 tribes represented by the students here. Class of 2025, you made it! Congratulations! Congratulations. Let's take a look back at where you've been. You've done something extraordinary. You've reached this milestone in a time when it often felt like the world was changing faster than anyone could process. You survived a pandemic, a presidential election, maybe two. You each come here with a community behind you, parents, grandparents, teachers, siblings, mentors, and so many who have helped you on your journey. I remember it was my sister who would give me a $20 bill. She'd send it in an envelope to my house and said, in case I wanted to buy a pizza. That meant more to me than she ever realized. And when I was in school, when you don't have money, you're not working, it's tough, right? So $20, it's probably up to 40 by now. I graduated a long time ago. I've never forgotten the people who have helped me along the way, and I hope your heart is full because of the people in your life. That you have faced such struggles and triumphed makes this day not just impressive, but very powerful. You came up as we came into a new era, an era in which we are more honest about our history, an era in which a Native woman served as Poet Laureate of the United States. And an era where Indigenous designers make the front page. Perhaps it seems that sovereignty is more understood than ever. Even if we seem to be moving backward at the moment, the future generations that our ancestors lived for have worked hard to honor that legacy. But I've learned that sovereignty doesn't always speak in policy. Sometimes sovereignty looks like a campus community gathering every week to cook for one another, to eat together, to hold space, to lift each other up and keep going. That's what you have built here. That is what agency looks like when it's lived, not requested, reclaimed. So now let's talk about where you are. Look around you, take stock, see each other, see your family, see your friends. See your teachers, your administrators. Take in this moment because you are here, degree in hand, almost. Your heart is probably somewhere between so proud and mildly terrified. And that's exactly where you should be. You've earned more than credentials. You've earned tools rooted in culture, expression, vision. You're not just artists or writers or filmmakers, you are cultural stewards. And I want to say something personal here. Although my degree is in writing, professional writing, I have an English degree from the University of New Mexico. I don't have an MFA. I have pages that live in my heart and not on paper yet. I was always busy supporting myself and raising a child by myself. Going to school, I graduated from college in my 30s and law school in my 40s, always fighting for causes, starting with my own family, my people, then spreading out to larger and larger communities. Honestly, I never would have dreamed of serving my country in the ways that I have. And I know that many of you will land in places that you could have never imagined. So far, you've managed to take your dreams and bring them into reality. And for that, I honor you and I congratulate you. And although I am humbled by the fact that my political accomplishments may have inspired some of you, please know your success is an inspiration for me. Humanity loves art. Humanity loves stories. We need what art lets us express. Our communities didn't create art as art. We created or painted imagery of animals and the natural world and our cultural items because they served a purpose. They reflect who we are as people. We honor nature and the animals who keep us alive. Art was life and beauty woven into everything. So you are holding tools society both cherishes and needs, the power to help define life itself. And you hold those tools in a moment when the arts are being undervalued, underfunded, and politicized. And yet you embark on a journey to create, regardless of what national leaders do to stifle your creativity. And that is strength. So when you look at yourselves, what I hope you see now is strength. Inside you, around you, in your brushstrokes, in your voice. Our ancestors survived so we could be here today, and you are the dream that they had. And I hope you draw on that strength so that you are not afraid to step forward, get out of your comfort zones, expand your crafts and yourselves. Because we're in a new world and you have opportunities to make powerful statements with the tools you have developed here and with new technologies to aid you. Technologies you yourself might even create. And to be clear, when I say technology, not all technology is digital. A new combination of paint is technology, a new combination of words, a new combination of ideas. A couple of weeks ago, actually it was last week, I walked in the Native Fashion Week show, and I was amazed at the new ways that each of the creators and designers showcased tradition and culture in textiles, in color, design, movement, and jewelry. Their skills and ability to create was not only stunning, but contributes to our story. You were all a part of that story. So now let's talk a bit about where you are going. Here's the truth. The world you're stepping into is complicated. There are forces rolling back protections that once felt solid. Public support for communities like ours is being tested. But that just means your work matters more than ever. You are stepping into the world that absolutely needs you. So your degree comes with a responsibility. What you make, what you share, what you protect, it will shape how others see themselves. It will shape how the world sees itself and how the world sees us as Indigenous people. It may shape whether or not the world can survive, because leadership doesn't always wear a title. It doesn't always sit behind a desk. Sometimes it bakes. Sometimes it weaves. Sometimes it walks into a room and tells a truth no one else will dare to say. And I believe every single one of you is ready for that. So as you leave this campus, take everything you have built, the community, the skills, the courage, the love. And when the world tries to make you doubt yourself, which it will, remember this very moment. Remember the pot you shaped, the line you wrote, the image you conjured, the laugh you shared. Remember this very moment. What has moved you, what has changed you, what has healed you, those are your gifts. Now go and share them, because we need you, your communities need you, and the world It's ready for what you are about to create. Thank you all so much, and congratulations, class of 2025, and be fierce.
The honorary doctorate says the Institute of American Indian Arts has conferred upon Deborah Ann Haaland the honorary degree of Doctorate of Humanities. And we're also presenting her an IAIA blanket designed by Biddy Buffalo, who was here in the 60s, Southern Cheyenne, part of our museum collection. Dr. Haaland, we thank you so much for being with us, and I just have to share this story. Lucy and I went to the final runway show, and what a surprise to see Deb Haaland bringing up the high point of the show with a dress designed by Patricia Michaels. So that was great. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce the second honorary doctorate recipient, and it was due to his ongoing contributions and support of the Institute of American Indian Arts as a member of the Board of Trustees and a former board chair for 20 years. And earlier, Bev Morris gave a really good introduction for Loren, so I won't repeat that, but I could just say from a personal standpoint, it's been a joy working with Loren. I've learned so much. Again, he was on the hiring committee that hired me 18 years ago, and he's been there as a support for the administration, for the faculty, staff, and especially the students. And he was part of the effort in the mid-90s to save this institution when they cut our budget in half and trying to terminate the programs here. So he led the effort to keep the Institute open at that point in time, and made progress in moving toward building the campus here, the beautiful campus that we have now, and that's so important in our stability and being a permanent part of the fabric of Indian higher education in this country and fine arts. So I really appreciate his passion and love for the Institute of American Indian Arts, and he's been part of the evolutionary development in terms of growth and enrollment, expansion of programs, the build out of the campus, all of that. So I couldn't have asked for a more supportive trustee, so I would ask Loren to come to the podium now. You have two hoods, Loren. Again, the Institute of American Indian Arts is conferring this degree to Loren Kieve, Doctorate of Humanities, and for all of his contributions to the Institute of American Indian Arts. Loren? Join me in welcoming Dr. Kieve. He also receives a blanket.
Can you hear me? If you can't, raise a hand. I would like to thank the dedicated, beautiful, and talented faculty and staff, my fellow trustees, and the IAIA's many supporters and our global community with whom I have served these past 30 years. My eternal thanks for their selfless devotion to preserving and spreading the gospel of Native American art and culture. And most of all, for educating our students to become leaders and role models for our ever-transforming artistic traditions that are grounded in sacred tradition and culture. It is you who have made this institution what it has now become, a gleaming beacon of indigenous learning and artistic tradition. Please join me in thanking them. The IAIA was initially founded in 1960 as a high school as part of the Bureau of Indian Affairs. In its current form, the IAIA was established in 1987 as a, quote, corporation, unquote, by act of Congress. Importantly, Congress specified that this corporation, the IAIA, shall have succession until dissolved by act of Congress. On behalf of all Indian country and Native Alaska, I want to thank the members of Congress on both sides of the aisle who have supported the IAIA in the 38 years since it was chartered by Congress. Tom Udall, who is here today, is just one of them, along with Jeff Bingaman, his predecessor, and all of the entire New Mexico and Indian country delegations. Tom's Udall's father, Interior Secretary Stuart Udall, and his lovely mother, Lee, were hugely instrumental in founding the IAIA and helping us along the way. Thank you, Tom, and your family. I would also like to thank the members of Congress on both sides of the aisle who today continue to support the IAIA in its vitally important mission of empowering creativity and leadership. We have two ex officio members of Congress on our Board of Trustees. One is Teresa Leger Fernandez from IAIA's own congressional delegation here in Santa Fe. The other is Tom Cole, a member of the Chickasaw Nation of Oklahoma and the all-important chair of the House Appropriations Committee. Both of them, along with other key members of the House and Senate, are IAIA advocates and champions. I would also like to recognize and thank my wife, Ann, for her shared partnership in our 30-year journey of love for this institution and its people. I could not have done it, or so many other things in my life, without her support, advice, and at times, quiet suggestions of how I might want to rethink what otherwise would have been a bad decision. I would also like to acknowledge our 4 talented and perpetually unimpressed children, one of whom is here today, and their families for the joy they bring Ann and me in their lives. Time flies. In 1994, I was sworn in as a trustee along with the legendary LaDonna Harris and Barbara Davis Plum, the former Deputy Administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency. If things work, you'll see a picture. Jason, take it away. As you can see, or I think I can see through a glass darkly, I have not aged a bit. In 1996, Congress eliminated our annual appropriation. For reasons unknown, at that point, the board asked me to become chair. Not auspicious, but we had an idea. We had two enlightened developers had given us 140 acres of land out here at Rancho Viejo, or what would become Rancho Viejo. The IAIA had a quasi-endowment of $12 million. We put them together. We took half of it, $6 million, and kept the institute going. We took the other $6 million and started building a campus. The theory being, on a reverse field of dreams, if we build it, we can keep it. On a cold February day in 1998, tribal elders planted corn in the ground on this site as our groundbreaking ceremony. The only inhabitants were jackrabbits and a stray coyote. There was no road, no building within sight. Look around you outside and envision that. The first building was the Hogan, which is still here today. I was one of the carpenters. We started building a bare-bones administrative and classroom building and the casitas for our students. As we say, the rest is history. When you walk out of today's graduation ceremony, please look around you and see what 30 years of dedicated faculty, students, trustees, alumni, and friends have built. And before them, the founders who envisioned a new, revolutionary approach to Indian art and culture. But the IAI is not about bricks. It's not about mortar. It's not even about land. It is the thousands of IA graduates who have come together and who have today come together from all walks of Indian country, from reservations, pueblos, rancherias, urban cities, and all across this great nation and across the world, to share their experiences and cultures and find themselves and to find each of themselves and yourselves as part of the broader continuum of what it means to be an empowered, educated Native American or American Indian or Indigenous or Native Alaskan or whatever words you want to use, human being. Thank you. Wado.
Congratulations, Secretary Haaland and Loren Kieve, and thank you for the moving words today.
To introduce the degree candidates, please welcome back IAIA Provost Felipe Colon.
And congratulations again to our new doctorates. As we all know, the last few years have been a difficult time to be a student, and we are proud and happy to have such remarkable class of 2025 graduates who have persevered in completing their degrees and who we recognize today. We give thanks for their dedication and celebrate that the step they take today is not only an achievement for them personally, but also for their families, their communities, and their tribal nations. Over the last week, the IAIA MFA programs have conducted week-long in-person graduation residencies, which have included remarkable guest speakers, readings, songs, exhibitions, and celebrations of achievement. For the first time in our graduation program's history, we are proud to include the MFA hooding ceremony in our commencement, giving our entire gathered community an opportunity to celebrate with the MFA students, the mentors, the faculty in this remarkable achievement. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Fine Arts in Arts Administration, Cultural Administration, Creative Writing, and Studio Arts please stand and come forward? First, we have the Master of Fine Arts in Arts and Cultural Administration. Justin Brierly, Cultural Administration. Carl Anderson Duncan, Jicarilla Apache, and Cultural Administration. Mallory Colette Glynn, Yankton Sioux Tribe of South Dakota, also administration. Jesse Marie Anthony, Onondaga Nation Beaver Clan from Six Nations of the Grand River, screenwriter. I'll mention quickly, these are now the students from the Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing. Catherine Benian, Poetry. Andrew Blue Sky, Oneida Nation, Creative Nonfiction.
Congratulations, Andrew. If you come down just a little bit for me.
Larry Wilson Chavez, Jr., Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina, Creative Nonfiction.
Hello, sir. Oops, there you go.
Bonnie Elizabeth Hartley, Stockbridge, Muncie, Mohican, Poetry.
You're tall.
Tyson Hudson, Navajo Nation, Fiction.
All right, sir. Let's do this. Squat down for me.
Melissa Coyle Meinzer, Creative Nonfiction. Timoteo Okoshi Montoya, Lepum, Apache, Texas, Indigenous people of South Texas. Fiction. Savannah Renee Romero, fiction.
Congratulations, Savannah.
Brianna Grace Sonny, Cherokee Nation of Oklahoma, screenwriter. Alec Lee Tiger, Muskogee Creek Nation, fiction. Yutsuan Wu, poetry. In absentia. Karen Vargas, fiction.
Congratulations, lady. Right there on the outside.
And now for the Master of Fine Arts in Studio Arts. Avis Mary Charlie, Spirit Lake Dakota and Dene, Studio Arts. Shannon Christie Hooper, Fallon Ayub Shoshone, Studio Arts. Ursula Rose Hudson, Thinking, Studio Arts. Cole Michael Lindell Taylor, Prairie Island Indian Community, Menawakaton, Dakota, Studio Arts. Kathleen Dorothy Wall, Jemez Pueblo, Studio Arts.
Should we shake their hands too, or just
If
go?
you want, yeah. As they're exiting, I'd also like to take a moment just to recognize the folks who are doing the hooding up here. These are the directors and coordinators for each of our MFA programs. And the success of these programs is largely due to their incredible and tireless work on behalf of our MFA students. As many of you have probably seen, we've had the most amazing graduates out of our programs over the years. These new cast of graduates are going to be doing amazing things, and we invite you all to keep an eye on what our MFA students do. They really are changing the landscape. They're changing the world. So thank you. Will the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Fine Arts please stand and come forward? Dasani Alvarez, Navajo, San Carlos Nation, New Mexico. Studio.
He's our loudest clapper.
David Arcaro, Ocho. Daniel Arcaro, Coach of Pueblo, Center of Arts and Troy Ogborn, Tuareg Berber and Muskogee, Studio Arts. Rylan Page Vicente, Dene, Studio Arts.
Smile and then turn around and.
Tenepa Raynor, Malukakus and Jicarilla Apache, Studio Arts. Feather Candelaria, San Felipe Pueblo, Studio Arts. Michael Carthy, Cinematic Arts and Technology, posthumous. Kobe Casador, Jicarilla Apache, Cinematic Arts and Technology. Sarah Camille Chiago, Salt River Pima, Maricopa Indian Community, Creative Writing. Isabel Contreras, Cheyenne River Sioux, Performing Arts. Whisper Lynn Crodog, Roseland Sioux County, Studio Arts. Isabella Edmo, Pyramid Lake Cayenne, Shoshone Valley, and Washington. Mayan Isan Itzidi. Soledad Flores Gudino, reconnecting past honor, moving civil studies with performing arts learning.
Handshakes and keep going.
Minja Utana Gaines, Acoma Pueblo, creative writing.
Just stand and you can wave and then continue on with handshakes. Picture? Oh.
Emerald Going Snake, Jidua, Cherokee, and Spoke creative writing. Antonia Hatch, Navajo Nation, Cinematic Arts and Technology. Priscilla Eileen Nongugak Hensley, Olympia and Native Village of Art. Black Autumn Malone Kaplan, citizen Potawatomi Nation, Indigenous Civil Studies with creative writing. Dayton Lee Ladd, Jicarilla Apache, Studio Arts. Rebecca Linetsky, Studio Arts. Madeline Logan, Northern Arapaho, Studio Arts. Francesca Maestas, Cherokee Pueblo, Pueblo, Navajo, and Cherokee, Studio Arts. Whitney Maloney, Danae, Cinematic Arts and Technology. Jordan Martin, Blackfeet Nation of Montana, Cinematic Arts and Technology. With Broadcast Journalism Certificate. Tina Martinez, Ayakthawit Dakota, Ponca, and Turtle Mountain, Ojibwe, creative writing. That should be Tiana Martinez. Brandon McComb, Nez Pierce, Cinematic Arts and Technology. Dennis Metcalf, Honfati Oyeko, Dakota and Dakota, and Philip C. Studio Arts. Montana James Miller, Danae, Performance. Brooklyn Miller, Wichita and affiliated tribes of New York. Savannah Morales, Tachi Yoku's Studio Arts. Gayleen Morgan, Meskwaki Nation and Tesuque Pueblo, Museum Setting. Shelby Morrison, Muskogee Creek, Creative Writing. Ricardo Muratala, Cinematic Arts and Technology. Riaka Nelson, Inupiaq, Cinematic Arts and Technology. Lisa Potencio, Tribal Village of Ruby, Studio Arts. Tasha Pedro, Laguna Pueblo, Cinematic Arts and Technology.
Stand for a photo and continue on the handshakes.
Kahadilo Perkins, Akwesasne, Mohawk, Studio Arts. Jennifer Peters, Studio Arts. Savannah Platero, Dene, Studio Arts. Dakota Potter, Pueblo, Jemez, Studio Arts. Chris Rios, To'ono Alta Nation, Cinematic Arts and Technology. Sean Whistle, Nakai Seymour, Lakota, Performing Arts. Isaiah St. Cyr, Winnebago, Performing Arts. Loren Tenfingers, Ogallala Sioux Tribe, Cinematic Arts and Technology. Yetna Halisun Thompson, Mohawk, Cinematic Arts and Technology. Jade Valdez, Picaris Pueblo, Studio Arts. Kayla Renee Wanati, Cherokee Nation, Saxophone Land of the Mississippi and Iowa, Studio Arts. Justin Uvella, Tesuque Pueblo, Studio Arts. Will the candidates for the degrees of Associate of Arts and Associate of Fine Arts degrees please stand and come forward? Brianna Gauchi, Jemez Pueblo, Performing Arts. Tia Kamasi, Navajo, Studio Arts. Storm K, Hopi, Studio Arts. Samuel Franklin Sandoval, Confederated Salish and Kootenai Tribes, Cinematic Arts and Technology.
Shake hands and continue on.
Will the candidates for the Museum Studies, Native American Art History, Business and Entrepreneurship, and Broadcast Journalism certificates please stand and come forward? Christine Adams, Tlingit of the Raven Quashkikwa, Museum Studies. Susan Gale Booth, Native American Art History. Nicholas Evan Mathis, Museum Studies. In absentia. Nancy McNichol, Native American Art History. In absentia. Kelly Michelle Rinda, Museum Studies. In absentia. Shoshana Ruth Begana, Native American Art History. In absentia. And with the conclusion of the awarding, I'd like to invite Dr. Martin back to the conferring of the degrees.
Will the graduates please rise? It is an honor for me to present to you on behalf of the faculty of the Institute of American Indian Arts, our graduates. I do so with the sincerest wish that those who have been our students will find success and fulfillment as they welcome the new and creative challenges before them. On the recommendation of the faculty of the Institute of American Indian Arts, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon each of the 2025 graduates the degree as indicated on your diploma, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Please remove your tassels to the left. Graduates, congratulations. You can be seated now. Thank you.
Congratulations, everyone. And now it gives us great pleasure to introduce this year's valedictorian, Dayton L.
Dayton is a multimedia artist who received his Bachelor's of Fine Arts in Studio Arts in the fall of 2024. He is Jicarilla Apache, raised in Dulce, New Mexico, and on the Jicarilla Apache Reservation. Ladd implements humorous tone in his work to help express himself and issues he has encountered while emphasizing the beauty and fragility of life through his own lens. Dayton uses his art to feel a stronger connection to his family through their crafts. His family is full of traditional artists, with his great-grandmother being a basket weaver, his grandmother who was a bead worker, and his father a painter. Growing up, he was greatly influenced by his grandmother and later his high school art teacher. Both nurtured his creativity and prompted him to enter the IAIA Studio Arts program to further in his understanding of art. In 2023, he assisted in the preparation and execution of a Marvin Begay performance and printmaking piece at the local art space, The Container. In 2024, Dayton presented several pieces of his work in the IAIA Fall Senior Exhibition, Echoes of Identity. In 2024, he was inducted into the Alpha Chi Society in IAIA and is a member of the Honor Society. Currently, Dayton is working towards getting his own studio in his hometown of Dulce while continuing his passion for artwork and staying close to his family.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending today's graduation ceremony. It means a lot to everyone. I have always seen art as a way of expressing yourself and your ideals to others. There is no way to measure two artists against one another, especially here. This community is a safe space for artists to push their artwork with like-minded peers to support their ideas, whether it's a professor, student, or anyone else. Coming to this institute is to open the door to discover tradition, histories, and culture, but also to open possibilities of the future and contemplate how you wish to be a part of it and how you would like to be involved with it. When you get the chance to learn, when you are here, you get the chance to learn untold histories by perspectives and people you may not meet elsewhere. While we all have our own goals, we are here to celebrate the end of one chapter, but not alone, as the people you meet here are always going to be a part of that. And that is just the kind of community that this institute provides. That is the, no, yeah. And while you're here, enjoy it while it lasts, because when you're somewhere as supportive as this, as IAIA, it is just never enough time. Yeah, thank you.
And you'll see Dayton's receiving a blanket from one of his fellow tribe members, Dina Velarde. This is a blanket that was selected by the Jicarilla Apache in commemoration of his achievement as our 2025 IAIA Valedictorian and BFA graduate.
Thank you, Dayton, and congratulations again to all of our graduated students. We'd now like to welcome back IAIA Board Chair Beverly Morris to provide us with our closing remarks.
Before I give the closing remarks, I would like to invite Loren Kieve back up.
Spoiler alert, this is not in the script. Dr. Martin, would you please join me? We have prepared a plaque to be placed in our Loren Kieve Welcoming Center at Administration Building. If somebody can find it for me, I will read it.
You're about to unwrap your present unless you'd like to hold on. This is like Christmas.
Stay tuned. It reads, Dr. Robert Martin became president of the Institute of American Indian Arts in 2007. He led the school through a vital period of growth and expansion, notable for the development of comprehensive strategic and campus facilities master plans, resulting in broad-based academic program expansion, growth in student enrollment, construction of 5 new buildings on campus, and the launch of a successful capital campaign. Prior to joining the IAI community, Dr. Martin was the associate head for the American Indian Studies program at the University of Arizona. He also served as president of the Southwestern Indian Polytechnic Institute, SIPI, in Albuquerque for 8 years, and president of Haskell Indian Nations University for 10 years. In addition, he didn't have enough to do, so he served as the president of Tohono O'odham Community College in Sells, Arizona. Dr. Martin is an enrolled member of the Cherokee Nation of Oklahoma and received his doctorate in educational leadership from the University of Kansas and his bachelor's and master's degrees from Appalachian State University. In 2024, Dr. Martin was awarded the prestigious National Humanities Medal by President Joseph R. Biden. His medal was for the 2022 cohort of awarded medalists. That same year, Santa Fe Mayor Alan Weber declared November 8 Dr. Robert Martin Day.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You can sit down. Sit down. He's not going to sit down. As they say in the Gidgematic TV commercials, but wait, there is more. Before Bob Martin became our president, he had a lifelong career dedicated to education in Indian country. I may be repeating myself because I wasn't aware what was going to be in the plaque, so stay tuned. A hallmark of his leadership has been his overriding care for the students and their success. During Dr. Martin's tenure, the college became the University for Indigenous Creative Excellence with the establishment of a BFA in Performing Arts, a revitalized research center, and graduate programs in creative writing, studio arts, and cultural administration, among other innovative educational offerings. Grant funding and private sector funding were increased, including $8 million in unrestricted funds from Mackenzie Scott and continuing scholarships from George R.R. Martin and many others. Our museum has become highly respected and recognized for its groundbreaking exhibitions that highlight Indigenous art, culture, and community around the world. Student scholarships have increased exponentially. Important corporate partnerships with Disney, AMC, Ralph Lauren, and Nike, among others. Relations with the Jane Goodall Institute and other major cultural institutions. IAIA's success and growth over these last 8 years are viable testaments to Bob's careful collegial guidance and stewardship. As the poet William Butler Yeats put it, education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Bob's career as an educator has inspired the fires in literally thousands of Native students. The Board of Trustees had a luncheon yesterday with the MFA graduates, and the outpouring of love and devotion for Bob was palpable. Bob's partner in this work has been his wife of 37 years, Lucy Tapahanso. Professor Emerita of English Literature at the University of New Mexico and inaugural Poet Laureate of the Navajo Nation, thank you both. But before they leave us, and no one but the Board of Trustees knows about this, we have one more announcement. Under Bob's leadership, in addition to 5 new buildings, our academic building was expanded and received much-needed modernization after some 25 years since it was first built as part of the original campus. To honor Bob and his many contributions, the Board of Trustees could think of no more fitting honor, excuse me, I cry at supermarket openings, than to name the academic building in his honor. From now on, it will be known as the Robert Martin Academic Center. Because Bob had no idea that this was coming, we will also allow him to choose the actual wording of what it will be called.
Thank you.
I would like to ask Lucy Tapahanso to please come up to the stage. Please join me in thanking and honoring Bob and Lucy, wishing them Godspeed and good luck. I would like to close with a reading from the blessing that Lucy gave to commemorate another graduation. May we fulfill the lives envisioned for us at our birth. May we realize that our actions affect all people and the earth. May we live in the way of beauty and help others in need. May we always remember that we were created as people who believe in one another. We are grateful, Holy Ones, for the graduates as they will strengthen our future. All is beautiful again. I would like to ask Lucy Tapanso if she would bless us with a song. If you're not prepared to do it, just say no. You will? Please stand.
Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, away ya, hey ya, ya, away ya, hey ya, away ya, hey ya, away ya, hey ya. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, away ya, hey ya. Away ya, hey ya, away ya, hey ya, away ya, hey ya, hey ya.
Come over here so we can take a better picture.
Loren and Bev know how to surprise people, and I wasn't prepared for this, but I just want to express that this has been an honor for me to serve here. And what a gift to be among artists and writers and filmmakers and scholars and museum professionals. And it's just, I've learned so much, and our alums are so impressive and doing great things in the world. But everybody in this room now, I couldn't have done it without your support and your confidence in the mission of the Institute of American Indian Arts. And as I said the other day, one of the things that's common, everybody in this room believes in the mission of the Institute of American Indian Arts. And we may use different strategies to accomplish that mission down through the years, but the commitment is always there, and I appreciate that. But from the Board of Trustees to the faculty, staff, students, to our donors and supporters, and everybody, all of our friends, thank you very much. Wado.
The IAIA Board of Trustees invite you to visit and talk with our alum to learn about what their plans are and their continued dreams. We also invite you to join us for a luncheon and a powwow at 1 o'clock in honor of our graduates. We respectfully ask you to please allow the elders in the audience to pass through the cafe line first. Lunch will be in the cafe, in the CLE Commons, and in the halls of the Student Success Building. Graduates and board members and faculty, please join us immediately in the black box where we will be taking photographs. At 1 o'clock, the grand entry for the powwow will begin. Thank you very much for being with us today. We may begin to proceed to lunch.